In my early days, I was a tater.
Okay.
In my early days of bourbon drinking, I was a tater. Hello, somebody. I'm Eric. This is Phil. Shout out to Marlon Favorite. Marlon agreed to be a guest on the show pretty soon. We don't have a scheduled date yet, but
No clue what we'll be drinking.
no idea. But Marlon said he'd think it'd be a cool idea to come on. You know, most of you guys know Marlon. He's big time into sports media locally, but good friend of mine, good friend of ours. I think he'd be a really cool guest to have. So,
But in the meantime, are you ready for the best episode of Beyond the Barrel ever?
yeah.
Because this ain't it. Not until this goddamn plant is gone from this office for good. Ever.
It's not going to happen, man. I keep watering it. Look how red that is. Look how brilliant red those leaves are.
They can't see that.
Well,
They can probably see the red ones.
It looked really good.
Anyhow.
You're blocking the view of your favorite Buffalo Trace whiskeys.
No, you're overestimating the height of your plant. It's not a grandiose plant. Anyway.
Whatever. Look, guys, what we're looking at this week, we're looking at Buffalo Trace.
What are we looking at?
Now, looking at you right now. Nice tie, by the way.
Thank you. Purple and gray.
Yeah, looks solid. I mean, that's nice. We both chose to wear purple today. Whatever. We're looking at Buffalo Trace today. Some of your, I guess, deemed allocated bottles.
Mm-hmm. Some more allocated than others. Some more allocated in other areas than others.
So, I guess the idea today, we've got a few samples. We're gonna blind them just to rank them. You want to tip it today?
Yeah, we'll tip it. I doubt any of these will.
I don't think any of these are gonna break the scale.
I mean, I'm hesitant to call these entry level Buffalo Trace products.
Two of them are. I would say two of them are.
It's hard to say. Like, would you consider Sazerac entry level?
Yes. I mean, in theory,
Some
yes.
places Sazerac rye is gold. Here, it's like.
But again, if you're talking about an entry level rye, then yeah, why not?
Well, then, for the sake of this episode, let's just call them entry level Buffalo Trace products.
I'm good with that.
Moderately allocated bottles.
So with the lineup we've got Buffalo Trace. I know this is a neck pour.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not that we know if it matters or not, but we got.
We'll just say it's about 25 MSRP. It's going to be. You'll probably find it below some places.
You'll find it below some
30,
places.
Some places.
If you catch a deal at Sam's or Costco, you'll probably get it for like $19.
Okay.
Weller Special Reserve, which it's a returning competitor on the show. Actually, 3 of the 4 of these are returning competitors on the show.
Another 25 MSRP.
Between 25, 28 MSRP from everything I've read. Eagle Rare, and here's where it gets tricky because MSRP on it for a while was about $30.
I mean, I think it's still technically 30, but you're not going to get it.
I thought Buffalo Trace actually raised it.
I don't know.
Did they?
I mean, all they would be doing is, offering a suggested price, and then given the fact that everybody's it seems like you're getting closer to the $40 range when you find it now. It's probably the case that your previous MSRP is no more. So, I'll bet you we can still get $30.
And then returning to the ring for the second time.
Eric's favorite.
In the last 2 months. Is
Sir Blanton's.
Is Sir Blanton's. And, it's, again, super polarizing. And honestly, I had really high hopes for that bottle, and it did not amount to what I was hoping it would amount to.
You never know in the blind, man.
But you just don't know, right? So, anyway, I guess we'll get it started here. We went with our rubber band system again.
Oh, MSRP.
Oh, yeah.
Was about 45, but now it's probably 65, and you're probably not buying it at 65.
No, but I would tell you if you see it on a shelf at $100, leave it there.
I would agree.
Let it collect dust because that's the only way to start showing. That's the only way to start showing. Some of these spots that are gouging that we're not going to deal with it.
Do you have any expectations of what you will pick first? I have a feeling that you will say Eagle Rare.
My heart tells me Eagle Rare,
okay.
but my brain's telling me that it's probably going to be Blanton's, just on sheer sweetness. But again, Buffalo Trace is inherently sweet anyway. So I guess we'll go ahead and start with red.
Right, let's do this.
Oh man, I got the Nexus title one this week. Sweet. Cheers. Wow, it was like the most underwhelming one I think we've ever had.
You're underwhelming one we've ever had.
Whatever.
Whew.
Oh, it smells like Trace. Actually, you know what? I'm guessing just on the nose.
You smell orange?
I smell Buffalo Trace, man.
Smell orange. I would expect to smell fruit, but I'm getting orange.
I'm going to tell you, but you got to remember one of these
Vanilla
is weeded.
caramel.
One of these is weeded. So I guess if we're going to play the hint game, if you catch a whiff of bread, you kind of lean. But I've never really got a lot of breadiness off of any of the Wellers.
Not specifically the Special Reserve. Brown sugar, a little bit of vanilla. I don't want to say it's a short finish, but it's not a long one, which I would anticipate for most of these. Little oak on the finish.
Little oak on a fish. It's very shallow, if that makes any sense.
I mean, not complex to it.
Yeah,
Muted,
not
maybe muted.
not even muted. It's more like it's like it's shallow is the only thing I can come to my mind term wise because it just doesn't. It doesn't have a full body. It feels like it's like the surface of something that could be good.
It tastes like something that could be good, but it's watered down.
65 tips.
It tastes. It's like if you took a little bit of water away from the Traveler whiskey.
Yeah. 65 tips.
62.
Okay.
62 there.
All right. Moving on to neutral. Oh, it's one of my favorite glasses there.
This one smells better.
It's got my autograph on it. Oh, this smells significantly better.
Smells like just the hand of God.
What?
Don't worry about it, man. A little. Get orange again, man.
I get a little dark cherry on this one. A little dark cherry.
Well, more like an orange peel because it's kind of like that.
I don't get that. I don't get the zest. I don't get the orange zest out of it.
Marshmallow. There's something sweet in there.
Okay, so
it's
a fuller
better.
It's a fuller taste, but it's still shallow.
I mean, all these are probably going to be pretty shallow. I mean, what's the oldest one? The Eagle Rare?
Eagle Rare is 10 years. You know how old Blanton's is?
No. Brown sugar, vanilla, a little bit of oak.
I don't get much. I got more oak on the first one.
But there's something else sweet in there. There's a sweet one. Maybe like a toffee-ish quality to it. It's good. It's definitely better than the first one.
I definitely get a little bit more hint of vanilla on this one. 68 tips.
I'm in that same ballpark. I think I'm going to go 67 tips.
This one smells.
I got some whiskey in my pants.
This one smells a little better. This one smells oakier. I get a lot more oak on this one.
This one does smell good. It doesn't smell sweet to me. A little cinnamon in the nose here.
On the body, I get bread and I get oak. I get a little bread on this one. I don't mind this one.
I'm getting a little brown sugar, caramel.
You get any bread on it? Like any toast? I get a little toast on it. Like maybe a toasted marshmallow.
Maybe toasted oak, but I'm not getting. Ooh, child, this one's good too. Things are gonna get easy.
I haven't had one that I'm disappointed in yet.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. Well, if that's what she said, that's.
This one's tough for me, man.
I'm gonna go. I'll probably keep that in that same 67 range. I'm gonna go 67 tips.
Okay, I'm gonna go 66 tips.
So you've been one behind me on every one.
Have I?
I think so, except the first one. I think you were.
I did 62 on the first.
Yeah, and I was 64. Last one. Nose is sweet. Nose is definitely sweet.
I was trying to. I got a little.
Hey,
I was trying to see if I can get any of the rye profile I was expecting.
I haven't gotten any rye out of any of this.
The closest one was the last one to me. I got like a little because it's hanging around with me with a little cinnamon.
Okay.
A little.
The finish on the blue one seems like it's a little longer.
That.
I don't know if you got that. Like I still have that finish.
And I'm thinking that might be the rye spice is kind of hanging around there because it's a spicy hang. It's a little spicy. But I didn't get any specific.
Have you gotten any heat on any of these? I haven't gotten any heat. I think the highest proof on this is 94 maybe? I think the Eagle Rare is at 94. I don't see... I can't see it.
For? The Bland's is 93. You're looking for the Eagle Rare?
I think Eagle Rare is 90.
You should know this.
Eagle Rare is 90, I believe.
Yeah, 90.
So that would put all of these in the same category then. Because what's BT? BT is...
Caramel and vanilla on the nose.
90. So the Blanton's is the hottest at 93.
Got a text.
I'm surprised your dog's not getting active.
No, it's Jeff Jobbing Jobin.
What up, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey. Something about making an old-fashioned, except it has none of the ingredients of an old-fashioned, except for whiskey.
I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that, right? An old-fashioned, hold everything except the whiskey.
He's using Special Reserve, by the way.
Nice.
He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know what we're doing. He don't have a clue.
Might let go of the mic.
No, I like my mic bouncing.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just...
There's no mic spike. Every time you say this, nothing happens. Every time you say mic spike, every time you say, you keep touching mic, there are no noises.
It's because I cut it out.
No, I watch it in the video.
I cut it out.
And I'll say, touch my mic.
I'll cut it out.
And nothing happens.
I'll cut it out.
You should cut it out right now. You're pissing me off.
I don't care. All right, last one. Okay. Definitely more cinnamon on this one.
I got the most heat on this one.
I got the most heat on this one, for sure. Cinnamon and heat on this one is actually pretty good.
Not in the sense that it's
not hot.
In the sense that it's more heat forward, not in the sense that it's higher proof.
No, it's not proofy.
But I think you get a little more of the heat on the palate here. But it's a little sweeter in that fruity sense. I think there's some light fruits on here.
I do like it.
It's good.
But now I'm getting a little bit of wheat on the end of it, a little bit of bread on the end of the palate.
Okay.
65 tips.
I think we're in a similar. Do I want to do 65 or do I want to do 64?
We'll do 66 so you can have one above me.
I don't need to have it above me, man. I kind of like our little...
I just want to go back to the first one, but...
Oh, you have some left.
Yeah. I'm not pounding it today.
Well, these are...
Whatever.
I keep getting lower in my goddamn seat, man. I'm hungry. Some Taco Bell, man.
Oh my god, dude, the Taco Bell again.
Taco Bell. I mean, shit, I'll eat that goddamn plant if it gets it out of this office. I think they're poisonous.
I don't think so.
They're poisonous to dogs, I think.
I don't think so.
I think so. Now, keep in mind, when people say plants are poisonous to dogs, most of the time it just means, it'll make them poop and shit themselves.
So going back to the first one this time, I get a little bit more ethanol on it, but I'm not going to change my tips on it. I'm sticking with 64. So then I said 65.
I'm going to go 64 on this one.
Of course you are.
I'm going to go 64. So I'm going to 62, 67, 66, 64.
I'm not even going to pretend like I remember all of mine. So I'm just going to have to recap it in the end. All right. Are you ready to reveal?
How are we going to know what the ultimate winner is?
All right. So we'll know tonight when editing's finished. Okay. Before we reveal, would you pay more than $70 for any one of these? Any one of these ones that you tasted today?
No.
Me either.
I don't think there was anything in here worth more than $40. Maybe $45.
I would say $45 to $50 I'd be okay with. And honestly, I don't know that I can decipher any which one of them. You know what I mean? Because they were all so close. I think the highest tip rating I gave was a 67.
And
I think
no,
that
the highest you gave was a 68.
68. No, it might have been the second one,
It
huh?
was the second one.
So then it was 64, 68, 65, and 65.
So then I think that would make number 2 our winner.
Okay.
Because I did 67, you did 68.
Do you want to take a guess at
what?
what I'm guessing Eagle Rare.
I'm going to guess Eagle Rare.
But it's a lot closer than you would think.
I'm going to say...
You're talking about a two-tip.
So you think you got bread on 2.
No, I think
Two
I
of
got.
them.
I think I got a little. I got more bread on blue, so I'm going to think this is the Weller Special Reserve. I'm going to think blue is Special Reserve.
I'll say yellow.
I'm going to say
because
yellow.
this is the closest thing I got to a rye spice.
I'm going to
blue.
say yellow is probably Blanton's.
Which would make this Buffalo Trace, which I think is our last place.
Yeah, I think so too. And
If we're right.
So I'm going to say, so we're both on Eagle Rare. We're both on Buffalo Trace. I'm on Special Reserve
So we're
and
swapping those
Blanton's.
two. Okay.
So you're thinking blue is Blanton's?
I think Blue's Bland's. That's the closest I got to a rye spice.
All right, well, cool. So
All right.
starting at your computer, going to your wall. So left to right, looking at your desk. Red is first.
Buffalo Trace?
Well, we nailed that one out the park.
It's our last place.
And by last place, it's not.
Well, here it's the easiest to find.
It's not,
and it's the cheapest.
and it's not swill. I would pour that. I wouldn't have a problem drinking that.
None of these are swill at $25.
Exactly, for sure. Number 2,
65.
Number 2 would be blue.
2 Blands.
Okay, so you got that one. So
it was.
I had a hard time between that one and this one being Blanton's because I got the sweetness that I get from Blanton's. Generally has a much sweeter taste to it than a lot of the other stuff.
I agree that those were the 2 closest in profile,
which is weird. So let's go with 3, which was neutral, which would be our winner.
Eagle Rare.
Imagine that.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me. It's the oldest.
But now we had Eagle Rare and the Blanton's really close, but the Eagle Rare is cheaper.
Oh, for sure.
I've
taken a lot of heat for this before because I've said I would pay Blanton's MSRP for Eagle Rare before I would pay it for Blanton's.
You take heat because if somebody wants to trade you,
no,
you'll say no. You'll say no. Don't
offer
you whine to the people.
Offer me something good.
You're just saying Eagle Rare.
Chris Frank won't trade me a Russell's 13 for an Eagle Rare. I mean, for a Blanton's, even though he hates Russell's.
If somebody wants to trade you an Eagle Rare for Blanton straight up, are you going to do it?
No, not based on what I paid for them. No, based on what I paid for it. No, because yes, at one point in my former life.
But you're saying you would pay that price for the Eagle Rare, but not the Blanton's.
Agreed. I said Blanton's MSRP.
So then you can end up getting that Eagle Rare, and they can get the Blanton's.
Then
you can get
it. Again, I paid too much. In my early days, I was a tater.
Okay.
In my early days of bourbon drinking, I was a tater, and I paid way too much for my Eagle. I mean, my Blanton's.
I will say this: I think the Eagle Rare on a consistency level is better than the Blanton's.
100%.
Occasionally, you can get a Blanton's that is going to be.
Oh, it's incredible.
The Eagle Rare.
100%. I've had Blanton's. This bottle of Blanton's has been probably my second favorite bottle of Blanton's I've ever had. But I've had bottles of Blanton's that I wouldn't put over the Buffalo Trace. Like, not even close. So that's my problem. That's always been my problem with Blanton's, is that there's just too much inconsistency with it. So I guess that leaves yellow as the Special
Reserve,
which did well.
I want
to see what the tally is this evening, but I mean, it did better than I thought it would have done.
Did you think it was coming in last?
No, I thought Buffalo Trace was going to come in last.
Well, Buffalo Trace did come in last.
But I thought it would have came in second to last.
I think it did.
I
think it did.
So, I mean, it kind of landed. Is that where you kind of expected it all to fall?
I was wondering between the Blanton's and the Eagle Rare, what would win.
I mean,
I honestly thought there was a chance that the Special Reserve could sneak in.
Just because it was weeded?
It's because I think since it's like the low man on the totem in the Weller line, that we have a tendency to shit on it a little bit more.
Yeah, but
it's a $25.
But again, the Buffalo Trace is cheaper.
Most of the time,
So-
they're pretty close in the same price range. I'm probably taking the Special Reserve over Buffalo Trace, but a lot of Buffalo Trace around here are store picks. I get a Buffalo Trace store pick.
Joe told me he's got a Buffalo Trace store pick coming in soon at Savannah, so I would buy
Get you a
that.
Buffalo Trace store pick
I'll
from
buy
Savannah.
I'll buy it from Savannah I trust his picks.
All his picks have been good.
Yeah, I mean, my probably one
All
of
his
my
picks have been good, and they've been good price. So
and
I just picked up 2 more this week.
that Peerless was good.
Peerless is good.
Peerless was really good. Either way, guys, listen. If you get anything, what?
Oh, you got a pen?
No,
I need a
don't.
pen.
I offered you a pen before the show.
Okay, go.
All right. What do you need a pen for?
Don't worry about it. Go.
Oh, I know what you need a pen for. Here, grab a chocolate.
That's too far.
Guys, listen, if you get anything from this, if you get any benefit of it, give us a like, give us a subscribe, hit the little bell notification at the top. It helps
If you
us.
don't share it anyway,
Yeah, for real.
we want your help.
Share it on all your socials. It would help.
Share it on all your socials.
We've got a lot of cool content coming.
Share it on your OnlyFans.
Are you done?
What?
Are you done?
Yeah.
Listen, it definitely helps us with all the shares. We've got a lot of cool content coming. We've got some really cool guests coming up that I think you'll get you get a lot out of. So either way, guys, we'll catch y'all next week. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Put me on the spot there, bud. Put me on the
see.
spot there, bud.
I'll cut it out.
You should cut it out right now. It pisses me off.
I don't care.
I mean, shit, I'll eat that goddamn plan if it gets it out of this office.